हाय फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू विजडम जॉब्स। विजडम जॉब्स में आपको स्वागत है। माय नेम इज़ सैयद गोरी मोहम्मद, हिस्ट्री फैकल्टी। टुडे आई एम गोइंग टू डील द colonialism in India. Colonialism in India. Colonialism in India. So here the three stages of colonialism occurred in the modern phase of Indian history. Three stages of colonialism in India. First one was mercantile capitalism. Mercantile capitalism. Mercantile capitalism or period of mercantile capitalism after the Battle of Plassey till 1813 Chartered Act. That was the period of mercantile capitalism or merchant capital. And next, the period of the second phase of this capitalism was a period of industrial capitalism. 1813, from 1813 to 1858 till the India's Government Act of 1858 or Parliament Act 1858 till the Queen Victoria's Declaration 1858. This comes under a period of industrial capital. And next, third one is financial capitalism or the period of financial capitalism, and it started from 1858 onwards. 1858 onwards, started from 1858 onwards. So these are the periods, three different types of colonial phases. First one was mercantile capitalism, second one was financial industrial capitalism, third one is financial capitalism or British monetary policies. British monetary policies in this phase. And let us discuss one by one here. First, mercantile capitalism. What was the strategy of British in order to loot the resources from India? What is the meaning of mercant capitalism? Mercant capitalism. The meaning of mercant capitalism is British exploiting the raw material for the needs of their industries. As in 1760s, England faced a great revolution. It had experienced a great revolution called industrial revolution. Now in England, industries needs or English factories needs raw material from India. So British followed in the first phase of colonialism. British followed till 1813. From 1857, British followed this mercant capitalism or mercantile capitalism. Here British focused on the commercial crops or cash crops of India, right? British looted the cash crops of India, and British influenced the entire agrarian economy of India, entire Indian agrarian economy. And British forcibly British forced Indian peasants to cultivate to fulfill their needs of their industries. So mainly raw cotton, and next indigo, and these two for textile industry in England. So English textile industry needs raw cotton from India, right? At the same time, indigo is also using in the textile industry. And next, very important thing is coffee, rubber, tea. These are also very important things. Coffee, rubber, tea, right? Saltpeter, next raw cotton, Next, indigo. These all are the main cash crops cultivated in India in the first phase of the colonialism in India. Right. So British looted the raw material in the form of these commercial crops from India, and introduce in this phase British introduce permanent settlement system, or what we call zamindari settlement. Zamindari settlement was created by British in the year 1793 by Lord Cornwallis, and the author of this permanent settlement was John Shore. And based on the Permanent Settlement Act, this policy came into the force. Right. In the year 1793, through this policy, British exploited Indian agrarian economy in the form of land revenue through this Permanent Settlement Act of 1793. So, mastermind behind this Permanent Settlement Act was John Shore. The credit of strengthening this act and making this policy goes to none other than this John Shore. So, this is how the entire Indian agrarian economy was controlled, monitored and regulated by the British merchants as per their factory or industry needs. And that was the main thing. So this is how British exploited the entire Indian agrarian economy. And second thing, controlling the Indian agriculture, right, causing so many problems in India, like this cash crops. The cultivation of cash crops caused the shortage of food. Cultivation of cash crops caused shortage of foods, and through this many people were died of starvation without having food and water. So this was the major problem in 1770s. In 1770s, so many people lost their life in Calcutta in the drought scenario, right? Huge famines in Calcutta. And next, coming to the second phase of colonialism, industrial capital. And what was the strategy of British? Here British changed his plan or strategy. The way British changed her plan, like in the first phase, the raw material exported to England as per the needs of British industries, and in the second phase, what happened? This raw material converted into finished good, and this finished good supplied to India. Thus, India became the market to British. In the second phase, India became market to British. Right. And what happened? And this is a directly impact on the cottage industries, the rural cottage industries, and the small scale industries. So the small scale industries and cottage industries lost their economic empowerment through this the policy of industrial capitalism. And one more thing, why the name came to be known as industrial capitalism? The reason is very simple. British invested her money in the Indian industries, mainly in the railways, roads, communications, railways, roads, communications, and plantation industries. So railway industries, communication industries had been developed in a large scale, and the growth of this railway, roads and plantation rise to its zenith and celestial heights during the second phase. The main motto of the introduction of these railways, roads and telecommunications in India to shift or to carry the goods or raw material from one place to another place, and to supply this raw material to the coastal part of coastal areas of India, and hence therefore this goods or raw material shifted to ships, loaded to ships, and these ships sails to Europe, and this was the main motto of the introduction of railways in India. And next, this is also gave death blow. So through the transport system, the growth and the development of this transport system, through the introduction of this transport system, causing looting the wealth of Indian agrarian economy in the form of raw material. So this the introduction of railways and roads showed negative impact in the agrarian economy of India, right? Next, period of financial capitalism. Financial capitalism. Here, British invested her investment in the monetary sector, mainly the banking sector, banking, cement and steel in this phase. Banking, cement and steel. The reason was very simple. Through controlling the monetary policy, and this Britishers did not allow Indian investors to, or Indian entrepreneurs or Indian capitalists to form their industries. The reason was the entire banking policy came under the control of Britishers, and they did not provide any kind of loans to the Indian entrepreneurs, and immediately the small scale industries and the status of cottage industries came to an end. When banks are not providing loans to them, then immediately the status had been collapsed, and that was the main strategy of British, causing deindustrialization in India and industrialization in England, the development of industrialization in England, and causing deindustrialization in India. This is how entire Indian industries came to an end, right? So that was the thing. Thank you, dears. Could you kindly subscribe our channel before watching this video? Do like, share and comment on this. Thank you for your patience. We'll have another break. Thank you.